Shows my involvement already.
Welcome to WKRP Montrose, a radio station masquerading as a podcast about Montrose, Colorado, and the Western Slope.
All right, it's a party in the studio already. I know that you can see. We don't break in and then we're pouring drinks right in front of you. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce our guests. Clay is the man pouring the drinks right in front of you, and immediately to his left is Sally. Sally and Clay, thank you for joining us. You guys are both. Oh, that was. I got to turn your mics back on. Now you can say it.
Thank you for having us.
So you guys will go ahead. If you can't see the logos on the bottles right there right away, you're both as part of the project of the new Rathbone Hotel and Bar in downtown Montrose.
Yeah, they came in pretty hot and shameless with the bottles. And
I like it
from the get.
But we've got to I know Sally's marketing expertise is just dying that these aren't centered on the shot. So can we slide that back so you can see the logo?
Chill.
There we go. There you go. There you go. So.
Shameless plug, our new fall menu drops October 29th.
All right. We'll get to
Food comes with it.
We'll get to that.
Whoa, food comes with it.
Yeah, don't jump ahead.
Yeah.
Officially started.
Breaking news.
We got to
That's
ask
breaking
some
news.
personal questions and
I
stuff.
know we got a
first.
long way to go before that, but
So there's been a lot of feedback that we need to curb the banter in the beginning of the episode.
Not
so
a lot. There's some miserable SOBs.
that don't like it.
And if
Do
they
you
don't
want to
like
call them
it,
out by name?
I will. I don't know their names.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? I don't care either. They don't like it. They don't have to listen.
Okay. Well,
The other 22,400 and something people that have listened so far will suffice for me.
look at Rob today. You know, he normally comes on and says,
No.
our 4 listeners, and he goes and does the mic drop moment of how many, viewers
It's a
we actually
flex.
have on the channel. That was a flex, right? Rob is in a mood.
Yeah.
Rob is in a mood this
We're all
afternoon.
coming in hot.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, yeah.
This is trouble.
All right.
So can we?
That's the way this is going to start.
What do we? What do we have here?
what are we
you know
drinking?
what? Hang on. Before we pimp out your stuff,
we
I
got
just
plenty
wanna,
of this cocktail to go. So
again
we can.
give our favorite beer sponsors a shout out. Pomona, thank you for giving us beer. I'm going to drink both. So
Pomona does a great job.
They do a great job. Kevin and Chelsea, thank you so much for continuing to support WKRP Montrose. We're super grateful that you supply us with libations to make the linguistics on this show better. How is that for all of the? Where's the smart? I was
You
just
need to
waiting
drink-
for the smart
drink-
comment.
Drink more. Drink
Okay,
more.
try harder or try less.
So what do we have in the glass, Clay?
So this is a clarified last word. It's a gin cocktail, classic cocktail. The last word, and our bartender clarified it. You'll also see our signature clear ice in the cup. So this is something you'll see on the fall winter menu. Again, that's dropping here in a couple weeks. So
Didn't you say October 18th?
October
What did you say?
October 29th.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so here's a cheers moment too, because you guys just celebrated an anniversary. Am I correct?
Yes.
We did.
2 years. We made
October
it.
15th. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good research.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See, if
So-
you put it on Facebook and it's not private, Dennis is going to find it.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
And funny, construction on the Rathbone started the same weekend as our wedding.
Oh.
So I don't know if I remember it because of our wedding or the Rathbone starting, but it was a great week in my life.
Yes.
And that was, you guys got married in Telluride, right?
Yeah.
So, but you're not from the area.
We're not.
You moved here recently from Virginia, or have you moved yet?
No, so I guess we could back all the way up to how I kind of got to Montrose. I worked for a hotel development acquisitions firm out of Denver, and they sent me down here to look at and potentially buy the Holiday Inn. This was 4 or 5 years ago,
Okay.
quite some time ago, pre-COVID, et cetera. So we showed up. I got to the airport, tried to get an Uber, tried to get a taxi, waited an hour, 15 minutes for the Holiday Inn shuttle to come and pick me up, whisk me away to the Holiday Inn for them to tell me that every restaurant's closed, there's nothing to do. look at the frozen
Welcome
fridge.
to our world.
Welcome to Montrose. Was that so? You came down here as an assignment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an
You may not
associate
have
at
done
a
your
private
research
equity-
before you got here.
Yeah,
Then
I'm
is
an
what you're
associate
saying.
at a private equity firm on a work trip. Super excited, again, work assignment. Show up, and that's my welcome to Montrose experience.
Welcome to Montrose moment.
So I had a,
You're not the
that was
only
my
one, by the way,
perception.
but-
I'm going to bed. And that's what I'm thinking about the town, right? I didn't see anything. I flew in at dark. I had no idea of where we were, And I woke up the next morning and I walked over to Starvin' Arvin's for breakfast, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is beautiful."
I was about to say. So when you got up the next morning, and you take that either right. Well, you went to Starvin' Arvin's, so you took the right out of whether you walked across there or not. Did you look left and go, "Holy crap"? Because that mountain view
Yep.
is really what sells Montrose for the most part.
Well, it's just got its first dusting of snow in the last couple of days too, so now it looks
Now it looks even
The
more.
best time of
picture
year.
perfect. Yeah.
So I saw that, and I mean, it was breathtaking. I had an idea of where we were in the world, having reviewed the Holiday Inn's financials. A lot different than the average Holiday Inn, across the country. The performance of hotels in this market is significantly higher than sort of the industry average per brand category.
Right.
So saw that, came down here because we were seeing that, and ultimately that was my welcome to Montrose experience. So we ended up not doing the deal. Things passed by. Sally and I chose to buy a house down here as a result of my trip. Came down here a couple more times, camped, stayed in hotels, stayed at the Chipeta and Ridgeway, did that kind of thing, did some camping, just absolutely fell in love with the region. So we bought a house south of town, started spending more and more time here. And that's when the idea of the Rathbone came about.
So
Sorry.
So real quick, Sally, did you have an idea when, once you started coming out here?
Of what I was being roped into.
Right. Because there was some background here that you, before the equity firm, you had hospitality experience with Hilton, right?
The firm we only did hospitality investments.
Okay.
So that's
So you're
what I
in the
spent
industry.
my career doing.
You're in the industry. You come down here. You stay at really, and probably, definitely at that time, the only chain hotel.
Yep.
Hampton might have been at the airport,
Yep.
but the only other chain hotel in Montrose. You don't have a great experience getting off the airplane. You don't get anything to eat. You wake up first thing in the morning. You see the mountains. That's enough to motivate you that, hey, maybe we should check out the area some more.
You go to a place called Starvin' Arvin's.
Yeah, have an excellent. Tell me you had the cinnamon roll.
Oh my
Right.
God. The fact that that's a side item. Shout out to Starvin' Arvin's.
Yes.
The fact that that's a side item is ridiculous. That thing is awesome. So
It's the best.
I knew that, well, again, let me back up. I was not necessarily at this point sold on Montrose. I had discovery yet to do, I felt like, in the area. We owned a house in Montrose County, south of town, about halfway between town and Kelowna. But I hadn't figured out that downtown Montrose is where I want to be, specifically the only place I want to be. I still had thought, Ridgeway might be it, Uray might be it. We looked at building up a building up in Silverton, thought that might be it, and ultimately came back to Montrose. My business partner's based out of Telluride. Obviously, he's seen the progression of things in the last 32 years here since he's lived up there. And so we just talked about it, and we looked at all these old buildings, and we found the value to be in Montrose. We like the people, we like the business climate, we like the demand fundamentals, we like that, it offered more than just a kind of a weekend. I feel like some of these other markets are leisure weekend markets. Montrose has a robust business demand. I mean, the business demand we see at the hotel really has surprised me. People that are traveling here for corporate purposes.
Absolutely. I mean,
So-
it's the hotel. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to go check out the website. Take a look at some of the rooms. You actually, is it designated still as a historical?
We
property?
actually designated it. So when we bought the building, again, we looked at all these hotels for sale up and down the Beaumont and Uray. Some new owners recently did a great job with that.
Yeah.
We looked at the Chipeta and Ridgeway. Some new owners just did a nice job with that. But the theme was you were buying someone's existing asset,
Right.
with their existing problems, right? You weren't you couldn't start from scratch.
Right.
And what we saw is that we wanted to start from scratch and we wanted to build it right.
So I'm gonna let Rob jump in here because he wrote a really great story that gets a lot of traffic.
I didn't actually write it.
I was gonna give him credit.
Somebody write
you had
it
a
for
magazine
me.
and you had somebody write a great
Yes,
story for you.
It was Lauren.
Right.
Good job, Lauren.
Yeah.
What was
But
the question?
what's the history of the building? I was going to let Clay tell it, but I feel like you should.
I
give
don't
a
think
little bit.
Sally's
Great
spoken
assignment.
enough.
Oh, well, that's absolutely true. I try to give Sally an opportunity to jump in.
You guys don't want me to get going because I'll never shut up. I was letting Clay shine with the story of his journey. I will say it is, I remember him coming home. We were living in Denver at the time, I think he mentioned. I remember him coming home and just talking about Montrose and talking about this area, but specifically Montrose, truly, basically from the beginning of this place they deserve a nice hotel. The restaurants, like there's just so much growth to be done here and the people are so nice and it's a special area. And he recognized that right off the bat.
Well, and at the time we were building projects in Vail where we'd bought 3-4 acres of green grass and building a hotel on top of that, doing that in Glenwood Springs as well at the time. So what an opportunity to buy this building that was right in the middle of all this proposed activity,
right?
Bring it back to life and not, your net impact is really positive, right?
Yeah. Like Dennis was saying, though, I love the name. And it's named after Justice Rathbone, right? The founder of the Knights of
Pythias or Pythias?
Pythias or
Either
Pythias.
are correct.
This is up for debate.
Yeah.
Well, I can get you an answer because during the course of that article, I emailed the actual order.
I'm excited for this.
The Knights of Pythias. They're still in existence.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think, in New York State. And I emailed them to tell them that somebody was buying the building and they were going to reopen it and they were going to name it the Rathbone. And they were very pleased about that. But I didn't ask them how to pronounce the name of the order. But I will. I have his email.
And essentially, they're like an extension of the Masons, right?
Yeah, they're kind of a Masons type. And we have a
organization.
Pythian or Pythian Avenue in Montrose. Most people know. I think it's McDonald's, right? It's by the...
Most towns that have a Knights of Pythias building have some sort of Pythian Avenue.
Yep. And you'll notice that the McDonald's it's nearby, well, this is for another episode, but it has a single arch. Have you noticed that?
I have.
There are very few McDonald's restaurants left in the country that have a single arch.
I have noticed
It's
that.
like an OG.
Is it?
McDonald's. Yep.
So is that... I don't even know the history of the double arches. Was it a
I
single
don't
arch
know.
before it became a double arch?
There was single arch before double arches.
Okay.
Let's we'll come back to
let's
McDonald's on a
proceed
different
forward.
day, but I think it's fantastic. I love the name's great. It's a great nod to the building, and most people know it as the KP building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which most people maybe don't understand. KP means Knights of Pythias.
That's right.
So it's a great building, and I think it's fantastic to re-educate people and name it the Rathbone.
You have some pretty good neighbors. I mean, that historic building sitting right next to your, the theater is gorgeous.
Fox.
The
Fox Theater's right next to you is gorgeous.
Yeah, that little core down there with the new restaurant that's going to go in the Daily Bread. We're going to have a really robust downtown, those couple of blocks. And it's
City Hall getting redone right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's go back. You're in Telluride, getting married.
Well, actually,
your business partner.
We're living in Montrose.
Okay.
And loving Montrose, just like camping, hiking, skiing, doing all the things with our 2 dogs. And I started to look for the right building, the right opportunity at the time. And again, I looked at all these buildings across Urea Ridgeway. Ended up meeting my now business partner, Jay Rabel, out of Telluride, because he listed the Western that ended up selling to the Zeppelins. So I saw that and that sort of tracked what happened there. And then he listed another inn in Urea, and I actually went and saw it and met him. And we did everything but talk about that inn in Urea. We just hit it off.
Jay's a good guy. Jay and Peggy are great people.
Yep.
Found out he was a bar operator, really amazing Sotheby's real estate agent.
A fairly infamous bar.
Yes.
And so
The Last Dollar Saloon.
you couldn't have picked, I don't feel like, a better partner.
That's right.
Business partner.
I could not have.
So Dennis,
Because of the
just-
complementary skills that
Yeah.
you both have.
That's
just,
right.
just
Absolutely.
a little background. You lived in Telluride for how long?
I was in Telluride for 16, almost 17 years.
Right.
So,
So-
Jay and Peggy are longtime friends of mine, and I was super excited when he announced the project. And was saying that he was going to be a part of something coming down here.
For me,
Initially,
it was
he
a
did,
huge stamp of approval. I thought that someone from Telluride felt the draw to want to, spend time and invest money in Montrose, an hour and 15 minutes away from home.
so his bar up in Telluride that we're not talking about, but just to give him a plug, it's not really. He's since sold. Out
He
of it,
did.
right?
He did to do the Rathbone.
Right.
So
But it's the Buck. So if you guys have never heard of the Buck, you can look it up. It's got some history to it. They had a group of 4, I think, guys that were part of that
Yep.
together. And Musa, hey Musa, is a good friend of mine as well. I don't know that you'll ever see this episode, but I love you, man. You were one of the first people I met when I came to Telluride, and you're awesome. So thanks for that. But they had a great bar. They had a great run
Great
with
run.
that down on Main Street in Telluride. Okay, so you meet Jay.
I meet Jay, and the ideas I think started flowing because he saw we spoke the same language. I mean, you all seem to have a great partnership. I think when you find.
Sometimes.
When you find it,
It's been a rough day, Clay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I brought all the booze.
That's how we brought this.
It's like a marriage,
me just,
when it's
Yeah.
good, it's great. When it's bad, it's not so great.
This is why we're sitting so far from each other on the couch.
But I just, we fit like a glove. He's one of my best friends, and just anyway, from that day on, we spoke the same language. We wanted to do the same thing, and we started searching for a building, and pretty quickly found the KP building. Found out that we were like 5 days late. That the Dragoos that did Colorado Outdoors had just put it under contract.
Oh.
So we waited another 3-4 months from then after we had fully this is the one.
Yeah.
Of course we didn't, we didn't have anything in writing, right? But we'd fallen in love with location, the architecture, the size. It was going to lay out perfect for a hotel. And we finally got in touch with the owner, and he was like, "Well, boys, you're like a week late."
Yeah.
So we waited it out, kept in touch. Actually ended up going. I was down in Texas and met the owner in person, and he was like, "You have my word. If anything happens, And they obviously did an amazing job with Colorado Outdoors. Had a lot going on at the time.
What happened, Clay?
So I was
How
about to
did
say,
you
no,
release
no.
the How did you
Wait,
wrestle
wait.
it
Let
away
me
from
get
the
in here
Dragoos?
because you're not a small guy, Clay, and neither is Jay Rabel.
put him in a-
So
put him in a
did we
headlock.
like go over, and just pay a
Start that
visit?
rumor.
Yeah,
Start
you
that
strong
rumor.
armed them?
No,
We
it
paid
was,
a visit to the Dragoos.
The Dragoos again were doing a phenomenal job with Colorado Outdoors. They just had a lot going on at the time. I think they were looking to do an apartment building there, which, quite frankly, the numbers to rehab the building, it needed a higher revenue per square foot. Like a hotel.
Yeah. The building needed a lot
Lot
to get done. Like
So
you were
they let the
taking on a
contract
project.
Go. They let the contract go, and the owner from Texas called me up. It was the greatest day ever. I remember it vividly.
Greatest day ever.
Yeah.
For
Are you sure you
really
wanna-
short.
you wanna-
Awkward.
rephrase-
What about 2 years ago?
You want to rephrase that, Clay?
Yeah.
I mean, I can. The day that you met, the day you got married, the day you
yeah.
proposed. I mean,
Every day you wake up.
the day,
Yeah.
the day I
My
sold
face.
the day I sold my boat. I
yeah,
mean, all those sorts
yeah,
of days.
right. Okay.
Yeah, I fuck up often. So the greatest, the third,
And we're here to call you out on
fourth-
it every time, Clay.
Clay-
greatest day.
I love it.
sixth,
They're on my team.
Greatest
This is fun.
business
maybe
day
this eighth
ever.
greatest day ever.
Clay,
Yeah.
23 years of marriage over here. The cool part about being married is you got plenty of time to make up for it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
you
not
got-
planning on going anywhere.
Right, yeah. So,
So
try to make less as you go along. But,
So, Sally, basically, you're welcome for whatever you get. Like when you leave here and he says, okay, let's go and buy you whatever you want, you're welcome.
Thank you.
For
And that'll
calling him
probably
out.
be
dinner
like,
at shelter.
yeah, Colorado Boy Pizza. Yeah.
I'm just
You
going to.
thirsty?
I mean, I've got an
I
empty
think he
glass,
needs a
that's all I'm
refill.
saying.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That did go down really, really smooth.
It's delicious.
Yes, it is. What? Okay, clarified. Is the clarified because of the clarified ice?
No.
Is that, what does
it's-
clarified mean? You said because you said he clarified it.
Yes.
What does that mean?
No, you put it through a filter or something, right?
With milk, you clarify it with
Oh,
milk.
right.
So overnight, you clarify with
Okay.
milk. It's a really cool process, and it just kind of beautifully blends it together, and it just makes it So smooth.
So but it does when you clarify. I mean, is it the same? It just removes like particles.
That's right. So
That
it's
kind
the
of thing.
same.
It's like they do with wine, right?
It's the same ingredients if you were to shake a last word and strain it over ice, except they add some milk to it, and it actually curdles, and they filter it through a cheesecloth.
Right.
So that's shelf stable. You don't need to shake it. That's a ready to go cocktail for months and months and months.
Nice.
Oh,
So
really?
it's a way to help pre-batch it.
Right.
Helps a little bit with the texture. It's obviously pretty smooth, but again, I can come in here and not shake it. It has acid in it, right? That acid stays good for longer periods of time. So
Because you clarified it.
Yeah.
Okay. You look uncomfortable, so I just want to let you know you can pull on that string as much as you want to.
Oh, okay.
It's got plenty of room underneath you. So if you
Yeah,
want to
pull. Yeah, there's
pull
loads
it, pull
of
it until
wire.
you get
Loads of
there.
wire.
You go. There you go.
We don't want you to be too comfortable.
No, I do because
Still in the hot seat.
this is a great studio. Guys.
Yeah. So largely brings us up to date. The Rathbone opened. It's beautiful.
No.
No, there's years.
I do want to go. I do want to go
2
back
years
because
2 years of hard construction.
so you relocate from Denver to Montrose. Did you know that the idea was to relocate to find a hotel to build a hotel?
So
Because you knew.
We were working remote.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say that was a big factor. So I work in tech, 2020 classic. Everyone goes remote. I was working remote. We're living in Denver. And Clay really, we came out here, we fell in love, found this house. We were hiking every weekend, like Clay said, camping. I mean, we were just having so much fun working during the day. It was great. So he really didn't have to sell me that much. I was an easy sale in that sense, but yeah.
So you guys came out during COVID then,
Yeah.
and that had to be. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that made it out here from Denver during COVID.
Yeah.
And I remember that time period, and
Yep.
It had to feel like a little bit of a relief because Montrose was a little bit behind on the whole shutting everything down type of thing. So there was still, it felt like you still have a little bit of freedoms. Plus, we have everything to do outside.
Yep.
So it's already, it wasn't really, maybe I'm saying that wrong, but because we have everything to do outside, it didn't seem like it hit us quite as fast as it hit everybody else. So coming
was a
out here
breath of
during that,
relief. Yeah.
coming
So-
out here might have felt,
Every day after work, we would walk the Ridgeway Reservoir Trail, that loop up. I mean, we did it every day.
Enchanted Mesas. technically
Enchanted
the trail,
Mesa.
if you
There we
look
go.
it
I
up
was
on
looking at
all
you to
trails.
fill that in.
But yeah, we took our dogs on it every
And we
day.
were like, I mean, this is
Paradise.
to do this after work. I mean,
Yeah.
we just felt very lucky to be here.
Yeah.
okay.
So the search, that's when the search started. Found the KP building, waited it out, ended up buying it. Put a lot of planning into it. Obviously, you got to get architects and engineers and structural engineers, and the list goes on and on when you have a building that's essentially falling in on itself like that. Get through all those process, and then I'm sitting at Storm King having a drink one day. David Fishering decides to lob in the historic tax credit stuff. So then I decided to go through all those hurdles too. So we put it on the local register, the state register, and the National Historic Register.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good work, Dave.
Yeah.
So we
Which
did
is a
get we did
huge
reap
deal.
the benefits of the tax credits.
I was about to say,
we
but there's a
went
lot of
that
extra
too.
work that then comes a lot of work with
extra
that.
work,
Yeah.
and we're really proud of it. I mean, it's an easement on the building in perpetuity, so that building will always remain to be the KP building. And we put enough money into it that it will last the next 100 years.
So did that also result then in maybe like, say, a loss of room or a loss of some of the usage of the building? Because
We got lucky. It's not a historic hotel. So if it had been a historic hotel, we would have struggled. They would have had some more stipulations on the rooms, what
Right.
the rooms had to look like, what the bathrooms had to look
Right.
like to match. But we proved we actually had to write an essay essentially to the National Park Service, and we hired a local consultant, Springboard Preservation, Tim Stroh, if you know him.
don't know.
No.
Great guy.
We're getting him on the podcast.
There we go.
Yeah.
Would be a really interesting episode. He was the former deputy state historic preservation officer, and so he approved all these projects at the state level, and he moved out to Montrose pre-COVID, kind of similar time to us, and now runs a consulting group that helps people like me go do these projects.
Cool.
So, cool guy. Anywho, he wrote the proposal that demonstrated to the National Park Service why it was not feasible to redo the building as its historic use.
Okay.
There's no more there's no
more fraternal meetings
lodges.
of the-
Yeah,
okay.
they're not making
Right.
more fraternal lodges. It's not a feasible reason to spend $5 million on a building.
Got it.
So we got approved to do a hotel there, which means their only flesh that they can get on us is the exterior, which they,
Which you wanted to keep anyway because the exterior of the building was part of the
was
charm.
all of it. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, in hindsight, the easiest thing to do would have been to bulldoze the building and build a new
Start over, but
that wasn't the best thing
Well,
to do.
they did that. I believe that's what happened with the Wells Fargo building. If you look back, it was a beautiful build. The new city hall.
Yep.
They knocked it down and built this hideous like 70s or 80s building that was Wells Fargo.
Pink building.
And if you look back, the building was beautiful, and they just knocked it down. So I'm very happy that
that was the National
that you did that.
Preservation Act or whatever it was in about the 70s, 80s.
Right.
And that's when they did that. And there's some downtowns that have been completely devastated before, if they didn't have the act in place.
We're quite lucky. I think our downtown largely has remained intact and looks pretty awesome.
And
like
it's
an old
architecturally
western town.
significant.
Yeah.
Too.
So we go through a long construction process. Long.
Yeah.
Because there were people there was the initial sign that came out on the front of the building, expected opening date type of thing.
I was smart. I said coming 2024, which we delivered on.
Right.
By how? Right, exactly. But you just said
That's
July
true.
2024.
You just said
All I
was the
said
same
was
as
2024.
February
December
2024.
31st. Well,
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
I'm going to call BS. Didn't it say spring of 2024?
No, coming 2024. I was deliberate about that.
All right.
We were aiming for spring.
You guys can't tell. I'm giving him my side eye.
Spring was probably what we put in his.
Maybe-
I have them in my pole barn. I have the signs. I can
Okay,
send,
all right.
I
But
can
if it's
send
a-
a photo into the podcast.
But if there's a quote
to clear my name
in my old magazine, if it's a quote from you, just
Just
2024,
saying.
you
Just saying. All right,
delivered.
You
All right.
made it. You
I'm
made
just
it on
saying, there's
time.
definitely some quotes out there. Originally, the goal was to try to get it open by New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
I was going to say that.
2024 New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That was the goal. Spring, summer. Glad to get it open. We opened on July 3rd. It couldn't have been better.
Yep.
Timing. People were excited. We were booked up.
It really couldn't
It's
have
been a
been.
great,
It was perfect.
great opening.
It really couldn't have been better because you open New Year's Eve. You open with probably a really cool New Year's Eve party, right? Mm-hmm. But you all right over there? We can't have anybody die on the show. I don't think our insurance will cover that. So,
Wrong pipe.
Yeah.
It's the wrong time.
all right.
Hey, Sally, you can have a chance to talk now.
Yeah. Water.
Yeah. There
right
is
next
water
to you,
in that
the
fridge,
fridge, right
actually.
next to you. You know what?
Sally,
I call him out on one thing and he starts choking up.
Grab this opportunity, Sally.
Yeah.
So you could have opened and had like a New Year's Eve party, but you end up opening July 4th. And what's great about that is that you guys did redo or the city redid the sidewalk area out in front. So now you get to take advantage of people sitting out and seeing sunsets in front of the bar out there. And you guys have a great bar. Like probably one of the nicest bars on Main Street for sure.
Oh, I mean, it's remarkable. I honestly
Thank
feel
you.
like you can sit outside, especially inside, and feel like you're in a different place. It's not something we're used to here, and I feel like people are getting
But
used
it's not
to it.
too different.
No, it's
which
not,
is
but
what
it's-
I think.
But it's like the tile, and I mean, I was there a few times not long after you opened with like an Aperol spritz, and it's sunny outside, and it was a great experience. And to go back to something you said earlier, it's something we want, but we deserve here.
Yes.
I hate the phrase or the attitude that
He's going to bring it up
it's
again.
good enough for Montrose, which is an attitude that people have
Throw
here.
it out.
Like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. I don't want to spend my money on it's good enough. I'm like, no, I want it to be good enough where I don't constantly think I need to go somewhere else for this.
Okay. So when you open, and you were doing a lot of the tours too,
Yes.
as you open, we'll give Clay a few more seconds to recover. When you were doing the tours, there were quite a few, let's call them legacy members of the society
Yes.
here that were really interested in doing a tour through the building. what has the response been from, let's say, that legacy side of the population? A lot of you are listeners out here, so I hope I say this in a way that doesn't offend you. But
Yeah.
have you had?
I call them like OG Montrose.
OG Montrose.
That's kind of so. The opening day was amazing. We had.
I will do a little more.
I remember like we were all buzzing, like excited, but also kind of freaking out because rumor
hadn't
was
slept.
that someone had posted on Facebook an event to go to the Rathbone, tour the building for opening day, and someone saw the event a couple hours before we opened our door, and there was 400 people that said they would be there. And we were thinking would be like 50, 60 people outside, cute little ribbon cutting. And we were like, oh my gosh. So we did tours through the building, and a lot of Montrose really showed up. It was awesome. And a lot of the OG Montrose, that legacy generation, whatever you want to call it, I took a lot of them through the building and tours. And number one, the first thing everyone said was just like, thank you. I've looked at this building for so many years. You know, it was a budget line furniture.
A lot of
It
budget
was
line shoppers that came by.
it was a Safeway. It was a
carpet store or something at some point as well. But the
I
Safeway.
heard so many different
Yep.
stories. Some woman was like, "Oh, I used to party in the apartment upstairs." Older lady, and she's like, "When I was young, I used to do that. I took dance lessons downstairs." All of these really cool stories about memories that people had in the building. And I think number one, like everyone was just so thankful. They just said, thank you for doing this for our city. Thank you for making it look so beautiful. We're excited to have our kids come visit us and show them this cool new place and stay at this beautiful hotel. So it was a really, really good reaction. And then one other part is in those tours, we have in the hotel on both of the hallways, the first floor and the second floor hallways, Clay thought to do this. And it was it was a great idea to have these historic Montrose photos up on the walls. Some of them pictures of the building back when it was a Safeway. What are some of the other ones?
The original nights. It was actually been our most requested to take down.
Yeah, nobody's smiling. It's kind of creepy.
I was about to say it's my favorite
really
photo, but it's a
creepy.
little haunted.
People are a little freaked out by it.
And we might need to move it around because it's right when you walk up the stairs on the second floor, you're greeted by just like angry looking people in a
Have
room.
people really asked, like, hey,
multiple guests have made
People are like,
comments
that's a little creepy. And we're like, well, we're trying to pay homage to this.
but it's such a cool
but it is-
photo. It's
yeah.
like they're all
needs
dressed
some-
in
You're
white
in the
too, aren't
building
they?
that this
Like,
yeah, it's totally creepy.
You know what you need to do? Or we need to do?
what's that?
Yeah.
Invite the knights that are currently living in New
Love
York.
where you're headed
Invite
with
them
this.
to Montrose. Have them stay at the Rathbone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Take a new picture. And they can smile.
Clear their name.
Yeah. Clear their name.
What was the?
You know
better
what?
than
Any
this.
nights are listening,
You know
your
what?
name's just
You're
fine with
welcome.
us.
They're going to
But
listen.
you're welcome to come.
I'm going to send them. I'm going to send them
Yay.
this episode. I'm going to invite them on
Please.
behalf of us.
Please.
We're gonna get some Knights of Pythias to come to Montrose.
Okay.
That would be so cool.
That's great.
That would be so
But
cool.
That would be cool
Please
if they had
keep-
like family members too. If
Yeah.
some people aren't
Yeah.
still around, if they could come, and see that picture.
Justice
and stay-
Rathbone's family members.
Some
I
really
mean,
cool Knights of Pythias gear on eBay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
that
it
we've
is.
been throwing around some.
I just realized I didn't wear my Rathbone hat at this episode today. That's just
I should have
poor
brought some
planning.
merch. I really
Poor
should have
planning.
brought some merch.
yeah.
I do
You're
like
not-
it.
You're not. I expect. I mean, you've got plenty of
We came.
the logos. Yeah, I
yeah.
expected you to come fully loaded.
I did.
If you,
Come
Wow.
forward.
I will give you credit.
Yeah.
You guys go check it out. You can get one at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I got the green hat. It's got the big R on it, and it's got the new style like dad bod, hat with the
Gotta
bar
have the
across
dad
the
bod
top.
hats.
Yeah. So
We
There's
have
also
that.
one. There's one that just says Montrose,
That's what I was gonna say.
which
yeah?
is great for just Montrose
For
pride.
all you
You know,
listeners, get the Montrose hat. I think that's
Yeah.
that's
you can
the
support
new.
the Rathbone too, of course,
cool,
but
yeah.
Montrose too.
some.
All right. So we talked about swag. We talked about the opening.
Yeah.
You get the benefit of being late because you planned it that way. Take advantage of the summer weather, right? But the rooms are absolutely incredible, and
Thank you.
they're not all the same, right? So you have some really cool
None of
different
them are the same.
layouts.
That's not necessarily true, but close.
It's not true that they're cool.
Square footage wise,
Yes. So
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You have some that have lofts.
Yes.
All of
Yeah.
all of the rooms upstairs have vaulted ceilings.
That's right.
Makes the rooms feel
Originally,
huge.
when we bought the building, the ceilings upstairs were 27 feet tall, which would have been too awkward. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, that would have been too much volume for sound, and for arguably now it's hard to keep the volume
So what, you got like drop
Appropriate.
ceilings in there now?
We dropped the ceilings down. I think the ceilings are 18 or 19 feet now.
Okay, that's still pretty high for
pretty
Yeah.
high.
compared to a regular room.
The
The
windows
windows
are
are
12.
11 feet tall,
yeah.
just over 11 feet tall.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Huge,
really
huge amount of sunlight that comes in.
Yeah.
But you guys did a good job with the window
Yeah.
dressings and stuff like that to kind of
Yep.
mitigate some of the sunlight towards the beginning of the day and the end of the day.
Yep, we have automatic window shades, so that helps.
what I really like is that obviously the hotel is beautiful and it's great for people visiting and if staycations and stuff like that. But the bar, and we'll talk about food in a minute, but that's really arguably for us, right? The community, we go there presumably as often, if not more often, than the guests.
You mean as far as like dropping
Local
into the
sales
bar?
are much higher.
Yeah, I mean, as people who live in Montrose, we have a new bar to go to.
Yeah.
Now,
I didn't want you to put it out there that I have a problem and I'm showing up at the bar every day. Just saying.
As you're double fisting.
which is may or may not be what I do. Yeah.
No, local, like I said, local sales have been much higher than guest sales.
Right.
And that was absolutely the intent with that space.
We've wanted it
Was to
for
be
so long,
How do you, if you are building a hotel, how do you build a hotel for locals?
Right.
Yep.
Right. Now, I mean, none of my friends go and have a drink at the Holiday Inn bar.
Yep.
Right. But I wanted to come on to food because obviously the Rathbone doesn't have a restaurant, quote unquote, but you found a workaround essentially, right?
We did. We bought about a 20-foot food trailer that is on the backside of our building. Have permanent electric, plumbing going to it, so it'll be we're calling it a mobile commissary, mobile kitchen.
Right.
So that's the way we're looking at it.
For legal purposes, presumably. All right.
Yeah, and even I mean, a hotel's allowed to operate with a food trailer. It's not outside of the legal boundaries to do what we're doing. We just the cost and losing half of our downstairs footprint to a restaurant wasn't
Didn't make
something
sense. No.
that made a lot of sense for us.
But this wasn't the food truck trailer. Isn't something that was there from the beginning, right?
That's right.
It's a more recent thing.
It is,
How
yeah.
recent? Weeks, months?
A couple months. Jay and I made the call we were gonna do like some ovens inside, some the ventless ovens, and we wanted to deliver a better experience with local food.
Yep.
Actually chef driven.
Right.
Can I say congratulations on making a good decision?
Yeah.
Because I remember you guys talking, and that was the one thing that I was disappointed about.
Yep.
Is we were sitting at the bar and we were talking, and you were trying to. I think it was you and Jay were trying to explain the concept that we're going to have some food, and I think it might have been Jay. So Jay, I'll throw you under the bus and let Clay off on this moment.
Kick him while he's
Yeah, kick him while he's not here. The comparison was like when you go to Starbucks. And I immediately went like, oh man.
I know.
Yep.
Like you're gonna have this beautiful bar. You're gonna have great mixed drinks.
And something beeping behind it.
Exactly.
And the smells.
Yeah.
And I totally.
It was
congratulations on making a really good
pain
decision.
point for us. To be clear, that was, and we knew we couldn't be restaurateurs in that building. But we knew we had to deliver food, and so it was just always a pain point. And I don't know at what point the mobile kitchen idea came.
But it's
to
up
our-
and running now.
Can you say who the chef is? Do you guys are you excited about who's going to be?
Yeah, our opening chef. Happy to say that it's Nick Weber. He was
Nick
with
the Grill.
Nick the Grill. Nick,
On
at Nick
Instagram.
the Grill on Instagram. He's great. He's opened up multiple concepts locally: the Western, Greenwoods, and Cruise Control up in Grand Junction.
Yep.
All amazing.
So you've got some good food coming.
We got some good food coming, and then he'll train the chef that takes us into the future. So he'll be there for the first couple months, and then make sure whoever we hire.
So what can we
Keeps it
expect?
going.
What kind of food?
All really good local stuff: Palisade peach burrata salad, local wagyu patty melt on the bluegrass sourdough, that kind of stuff.
All right.
Just like real food.
Yeah.
Not
And when
No beeping
No,
cellophane
yeah.
sacks.
and when are we
opening.
no. Again,
when are we expecting this?
October 29th.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yep.
great.
10 days, 11 days.
So that's the new menu.
Yeah.
Coinciding with the
Fall
food.
winter cocktail menu will
Cocktail
change.
menu, okay.
We got food coming out. We have breakfast items now. We'll have like an elk breakfast burrito, elk chorizo breakfast burrito. We have a vegetarian breakfast burrito, avocado toast, some in-house baked goods, an updated coffee menu, and then we have 5 breakfast cocktails launching 7 days a week now too. So
Sorry, breakfast cocktail?
that's
a world
right.
famous
Is that a-
Bloody Mary.
Is that right?
World famous.
So yeah,
Well,
sure,
wait a
we got-
second. When you say world famous, are we talking about like what is that place in Vegas that they have like the Bloody Mary that has like the grilled cheese sandwich on it and the
Oh
bacon?
yeah,
That's-
we need to.
That's the next
that-
step.
is that-
That's the
the next
accoutrement.
step.
That stuff can stay in Vegas.
I don't know. Have you?
I don't know. Have you ever had
I
a
was about to
Bloody
say,
Mary?
have you ever had it?
Have you seen the one? There's one somewhere with a
nice.
whole roast chicken.
Yeah. Well,
Get out of here.
I forget what that place is called that they have.
I know
but
what you're
it's like
talking
famous
about. I've
for
seen
like
them on
the
like
yeah.
Instagram with the
Yeah,
you know,
it's
the whole
nuts.
beef rib.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a world famous from the taste level, and
Yeah.
that's important because you guys do have some talent over there at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, you have them entered in a contest.
This
Up,
is
coming
They-
up in
very
here in
excited.
Telluride.
No,
talk about
they
this. This is
didn't
huge.
just enter. Didn't they just win?
Yes.
Okay, they just won. I'm a little behind.
Went up to
Okay.
Telluride and won. First
really,
place.
Really like over the moon proud of our team.
Yeah.
Only
First of all-
Montrose bar there representing.
Yeah, we love
Won.
Telluride, but
Yeah.
suck it.
So
And they crushed it on
They crushed it.
on
On
one of my
Flatliner.
favorite. Yeah, I was about to say one of my
Telluride's-
favorite cocktails.
on Telluride's drink.
On their turf.
Yeah.
So to
What
back
was it
up-
called? It was called the
The
Flatliner.
Flatliner face off.
The Flatliner
At
face.
the,
off,
the
yeah.
back up-
national
at the
hosted
national.
it,
To back
right?
up, just to say it, our staff is great. We're really lucky. All those people make that place amazing on a daily
Yeah.
basis. So thank you.
So tell your right
But-
people, if you want a good Flatliner, you have to come to
Come to
Montrose.
Montrose.
Yeah.
So we got an email from the national that they were putting this on, first annual. Got really excited about it. We have one on our menu to honor the fact that we are sort of a sister market, if you will, to Telluride. We obviously see a lot of crossover with the travel we get here. So we thought it'd be fun, instead of doing an espresso martini, to honor the Flatliner out of Telluride. So we have it on our menu. So we got invited to do it. And our bartenders came up with a super unique spin on it that included mint
Yep.
and coconut milk. So it'll
Which-
be on our fall winter menu as well. The award-winning first annual.
Yeah.
So
National
did they
Flatliner
did
Face-Off
they have
winner.
something cool? Like, did you get like a WWE belt or something like that? Was there a cool?
Even better, our staff got a big bonus.
Oh,
So it was a cash prize.
Yeah.
screw the belt.
I'm
Fuck
pretty
the
sure the
belt.
staff will say you can keep
Yeah.
the belt.
They're like, keep the belt. We'll take the
Show
cash.
I heard,
money.
yeah. So it was a cash prize to our,
Nice.
I feel like we should, off air, maybe we should collaborate and we should make you a belt
I think
to put up there.
I'm all in on
And then you
that.
could go bring it with you
and
next
we'll
year.
take it back
Like,
next year.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll give it to the rightful owner.
Not next
but-
year.
Which will be you again.
You,
when
you,
you,
you
yeah.
take that
Bring
to
it back.
Telluride whenever you go and wear it around town.
Yeah, I like it.
My team won trivia in
Oh
Montrose
God,
not
here we
long
go.
ago.
Oh.
And I took that trophy around town and I took photos with it and I annoyed everybody and I do
Should have
not
its
care.
own. It has its own little personality.
It's strapped in. It's literally in the passenger seat of my car, strapped in for safekeeping.
You know what? So many people did not care for it that he doesn't. Ask him if he still has the trophy.
It's in my car right now, in the front seat.
But where was it for quite some time?
Well, somebody stole it.
Ah,
One of the other teams.
Oh,
And
drama.
she's not to know this, but I had a pretty elaborate plan to involve the police department to get my trophy back.
Wow.
Luckily for her, she saw sense and gave it back before
Rob,
I
Rob,
did the
is,
right
pulled the
thing.
trigger.
Rob is vindictive. So just remember that about Rob. All of you out there too, when you're thinking
Yeah.
about it,
That's
just
with Rob.
Rob is really vindictive. Yeah. I'm just going to call him out too, and his whole team. Ask him how many people were on his trivia team.
Call me out. We don't care.
How many?
Ask him. Yeah.
What was that?
So normally there's a
10?
trivia team of 4 people.
That's not true. You turned
Oh,
up
I'm nervous.
like
once.
4 people.
You
He had
turned
it-
up once.
Okay, look, you go to Pomona, right?
Right.
You've been to Pomona.
Yeah.
You know the
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
communal
yeah.
seating
Yeah.
that they have there?
Yeah.
That was their entire team.
This is not why they came
so
here.
look, they
Ten
came.
brains
Listen,
I think we
versus
should
4
unpack
brains.
This. Just
Hey,
a quick
bring-
segment on unpacking this.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, you all aren't Googlers, are you?
How dare you?
they might as look.
I'm
Listen,
just saying,
listen.
if you can't follow the simple rule of team size, how could we?
Right.
The
Yeah.
fact that
How can
you
we
even-
trust you?
The
How could
fact
we
that you
trust
even
you?
suggested that makes
Look,
me think that
listen.
you might be a Googler.
No,
Listen.
it's because we were at a music
yeah.
trivia recently,
Where?
and the person
Where?
next to us,
Where?
we were visiting our friends, and we were at
I
a
know
music
what you're
trivia,
gonna say,
and
'cause
the person
phones
next to us
picked
had
up.
Shazam out.
Yep.
And it was like, do we report it?
Yeah.
What do we do?
So
You
it was
stand up
trivia,
in
and
the
it was
bar.
like the lines were like
They were losing, it was
lyrics
fine.
of a song, and then you had to when the DJ put the song on, then you
Wrote it
and
down.
he had Shazam.
So you like trivia?
Yeah.
Haven't seen you at
Yeah.
Pomona.
No. Okay, let's get back to no. Don't let him change the story. Whole row of people,
convenient.
right? And they had every age group that you could think of as part of the team. So
They
they
were
he had
two-
gone out and recruited.
There were
right?
two teams on that
We've
table.
got the history teacher over here. We've got the health and wellness coach over here.
Dennis
We've got
is just sour grapes because his team got annihilated.
Honestly,
No.
kind of smart.
Yeah, it's
All right, Sally. I was so excited about having you here on the show.
I am still.
I may have to officially uninvite you from coming back.
No, I'm still very excited.
No, that's okay.
Fire
He
up the
needs
smart meter.
as much help as
I
he can
know.
get.
I could tell.
What else have you got there? What's the orange bottle?
one more item from our fall winter menu. This is going to be our apple cider
All
margarita.
right, well, let me just
sounds exciting.
swallow this one down.
Hold
Sally,
on.
will you mind passing me this box over here?
That is delicious, though. Really.
I think the last word might be a scenario of you
It's-
have so many of them that eventually it's the last
Yeah,
word.
we probably should have said it's a very strong cocktail. The
But,
clarified
one
cocktail.
thing
It's
to
basically
note-
all liquor.
Yeah. It's my favorite cocktail because in real life I often like to have the last word.
Yeah.
So
We really wanted to have a gin drink,
yeah.
and this was our gin drink.
It's
Can I ask?
we forgot to
does
finish talking about
where's the
the,
gin come from? Whose gin are you using?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Ruh-roh.
I'm just saying.
Ruh-roh.
Bro.
What local
Raggy.
gin are we using? Is that your
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Storm King.
Oh, there we go.
right.
Okay.
I'm throwing that out there. I'm
Yeah.
just in case you know
It was-
you went,
We're
you went
equal
rogue on
Listen,
us.
we're equal opportunists.
All right.
But
Okay.
we use Storm King. We've been Storm King loyalists since the beginning. That's where all of our bad construction days we ended at Storm King.
I can
was gonna
see
say
I can
that.
see David's face right now, just sat at home going,
Yeah. He twinged a little bit, but you're
Yeah.
using Shelter's gin for this one.
"No, Storm King."
Oh, you did say Storm King.
Yeah,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought he said Shelter for a
No.
second.
Oh no.
Nothing
We like
wrong with the
Shelter,
shelter.
too. We like
Nothing wrong
Shelter.
with the shelter, guys.
We love Shelter.
You know,
So
Dave's gin's very good, and his booze is very good.
Yeah.
but they're also good. John over at Shelter does a good job.
Very lucky to have Shelter in town. We just have been Storm King loyalists since
Yeah.
the beginning. They make amazing product.
no argument here.
No, so what is? Oh well, no argument because.
Oh yeah, it's sitting right over there. Look at that.
So I'll tell you a quick story while you do that, Clay. This bottle and why there is only this much left is the reason that we cannot promote the whole episode that we
that's
did
right.
with David Fishering because YouTube won't allow us because of some kind of profanity.
No.
Because everything was going really well, and then we got down to about here, and you know what? Dennis had about 2 shots out of this.
Yeah.
Me and Dave drank the rest,
Yeah.
and we were absolutely trashed.
If you guys get a chance, go back and watch that episode, and you'll notice that I abruptly cut the
Yeah.
episode off because things were headed in a
it's
certain
like
direction.
Mom over here
What
was
you-
like, "All right, we're done. Cut it off."
What you don't know is that they asked me to continue to record the rest
Yeah.
of the episode.
We sat there for like 45 minutes, drunk as.
So there is a secret
I love
episode
it.
out there somewhere
Thank you.
that has not been released.
Yes.
That Dave
I'm not sure I want it to be
That
either.
Dave Fishering pays me a monthly retainer to keep
Yeah.
it. That's not true.
No, but it could be. I don't know what's on there either.
But interestingly enough, we haven't figured out that. Yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
We have not figured out why
good.
YouTube.
No,
we've
YouTube
tried to
just
promote it
said-
twice,
Yeah,
and
they
they
won't
say-
let us, and they don't really tell us
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Dave said this about Rob,
Something. Yeah,
or more likely
probably.
the other way around.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna have to go listen to this episode.
yeah, and if
Clearly.
you- hey, there's a competition. We can
Yeah.
find
Oh.
a prize for the person who finds out the most profane word we use in that podcast episode.
Can I put an amount out on it now? Can
on.
I do it? Okay, 970-316-3162.
Yes.
970-316-3162. And if you can find the area of the episode in the long shot, I think is what the screen cap is for David Fishering and Storm King's episode. If you watch and you think you figured out why YouTube won't let us promote it, then
Yeah, why YouTube thinks this is not good for the public.
we've got
It's
some
not good for public
we've got some
consumption.
cash for you. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We've got some cash dollar bills,
Yeah.
y'all.
We'll buy
So
you.
my favorite,
we'll,
my favorite Bloody Mary is the Storm King Bloody though. You've ordered it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Their vodka with our house Bloody mixes.
Super good. I've not had a bad drink at the Rathbone yet.
It's great to hear.
And the Flatliner is Nicole, my wife's favorite drink, a cocktail, especially like towards the end of the night.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird that you're having a caffeinated drink at the end of the
Yeah,
night.
but all the
it's-
booze before
I make that
it
mistake
works.
often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of caffeine to counteract all the booze that makes you sleepy and drunk.
So we
But I-
actually
but I
just
do
talked
wanna
about this
give
at
you-
a staff meeting of a non-alcoholic Flatliner and an decaf espresso Flatliner.
Okay.
So you have a Flatliner, same taste, hand-drawn espresso out of a nice Italian machine, but it's decaf espresso.
So
So you could have it as the after-dinner drinking, you know.
If you were done drinking.
yeah.
I wanted to say I want to give your staff credit because the brilliance that they did add, and you mentioned it just shortly, was adding the coconut milk
It was.
or the coconut. Is it coconut water or coconut milk?
Coconut milk.
Okay, because the acidity of the shot of the espresso, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Acidity espresso.
it is.
I know.
It
Come
mellowed.
on.
It really mellowed it out, like major smooth.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that was a big part of
And
why
you'd
they
be
won.
shocked the mint, the flavor of the
flavor, yeah,
mint.
yeah.
You'd be shocked of how much that complements
Nice
it.
flavor.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Well,
say.
your
I'm
wife-
gonna say.
you'll
I'm
need
not.
to come in and try
I'm not a
soon.
mint fan, and so the mint.
We can not add mint to
Yeah,
yours.
well, the mint.
Don't
the-
change the menu for him.
Yeah.
He's a VIP.
Why not?
Eat
Yeah.
the mint. Drink the mint.
I actually did specifically tell my staff for the future and record that you two are VIPs. We just had a staff meeting.
No,
They were
you
asking-
didn't.
All right, let's wrap
I
this
did.
up and
I
get
did.
over there and see what
I
that
did.
means.
I said,
I heard
I'm
it. I
going
heard
on a
it.
podcast after this. They were super excited. They wanted to hear about it, and I told them.
Do you want to give them a shout out because it was two ladies, right?
Yes.
was.
Do you wanna-
The only all girls team that went
Only
to
all girls
compete.
team that competed.
Yeah, okay.
We won. Jay and Maddie,
Jay and Maddie.
amazing.
You'll see them at the bar. What? There's weekends.
Thursday, Friday,
And
Saturday.
Yeah.
Maddie, I recall, Maddie used to work
Colorado
with Colorado
boy.
Boy.
Yep.
That's right.
So
Yep.
a lot of people in town will know Maddie from Colorado
Yes.
Boy.
She's great.
Yeah.
You definitely want to go check out Jay and Maddie at the bar.
They're awesome.
They're awesome. They truly are great. We had
Yeah.
a good time with them the other night, and they were awesome.
And they're so they're there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, primetime nights.
Yeah.
Great girls. We love Jay and Maddie, and we're super proud of them for winning that.
So we're going to keep going. This is going to be somewhat like the Storm King episode because
I love it.
We're at time. I don't know if you guys know that, but
I did
it
it.
happens really
That was
fast.
quick.
I just want to.
Sorry about.
Oh, you're gonna do the pinky out?
This is how you drink cocktails. Sorry.
Pinkies up.
Oh,
Yours
right.
is over here.
Where I come from.
I think
Sorry.
I'm
Can you
tied down.
tell me a little?
we
Tell
go.
us a little bit about this one. We haven't.
This is an apple cider margarita. Apple, yeah, very as
Yeah.
name suggests, just simple, nice, crushable, drinkable. We're
People, if you like, fall flavors, people are going to love this. The,
Oh,
It's
man.
not too much. I
No,
think
it's not at all.
they did such a good job with making it. It's not too overpowering.
It's
fall
not
apple
even
cider.
too alcoholic. It doesn't
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
there's that much alcohol in
Where
it.
did you get the cider from?
That's a good question. Do you know?
That is a good question.
How about
'Cause
this?
Big,
If you
Big
want,
B's cider.
yeah.
We as many
We're-
products as we can use from Big B's, we use.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, we're taking our first employee day on Sunday. We're doing Big B's, Palisade, and
Corn maze,
Stewed Farm.
Stewed
So-
Farm. Yes,
Have you been up there?
no.
we're doing a little
So
bus.
Corn maze,
Take all the
pumpkin
employees.
patch, has all the fun sort of fall activities.
All right.
So we got a little party bus for the employees and doing that on Sunday.
Great.
So.
Yeah.
So we love Big B's.
Yeah.
All their products,
Yeah.
their cider.
But you got to look after the employees too.
Totally.
But for a couple of reasons. I mean, mainly because it's the right thing to do. But there are issues in Montrose, I think, with finding and retaining, the best quality people. I know that other businesses have had a tough time with that. And if you don't, they're going to jump ship.
Yeah,
Because we
and
have businesses that are coming into town that are also looking for those really good employees. So
Yeah.
One of our main goals was and I'll be very direct about this, we wanted to steal employees from other towns. We knew they were living close to here.
right.
And so we
And they're
went.
commuting away from their community.
They should
Keep them
come
in the
back
community.
here and try to retain the talent here. And
When you say other towns, would you care to name any of those other towns?
Ridgeway, Uray, Telluride.
Oh, those ones? Yeah.
I bet you could have guessed that.
I'm a supporter of all those businesses.
Love them too.
Yeah.
I'm a supporter. I mean, that's where we go out and eat in
Right.
Uray and Ridgeway and Telluride
Yeah.
all the time. But I'm pro Montrose. I'm pro downtown Montrose, and I'm pro Rathbone.
Those people are also, they don't want to commute to work.
No.
Yes.
They want to drive 5 minutes around the corner.
Absolutely.
Or walk to work.
Right. They wanted that. So
Yep.
We have multiple people that were commuting an hour plus
Yeah.
that now walk to work.
right.
That's great.
It's tough
Quality of life.
You know what? I can understand why, coming from Denver too, that you would totally have that appreciation and want to provide that to somebody, because driving on 25 in Denver, and like I used to have
Islands to the tech center all every day.
it seems like such a waste of your life to be able to, like, I'm just stuck in this traffic for an hour,
To go
2
work,
hours.
and
What
then
a
you come
horrible
back.
way to start your work.
Yes.
You're not even in work, and you're like, I hate my life.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
enjoying my coffee while pissed off at my surroundings.
If you can, you can walk to work, Segway.
So now
to work,
that
whatever
being-
you want,
Unicycle.
you can do that.
That being said, I don't want to pour too many tears out there, because it's not like that's a horrible non-scenic drive to Ridgeway
Oh,
or to
gosh,
drive.
no.
It's not. I just think
But-
it's about
Getting more time back with your family
Yes.
and being able
Right.
to not have to do that
The
is
best
amazing.
part of this is that is a beautiful drive.
Yeah.
But I want to do it when I want to do it.
Yes.
Right.
Not at 6:30.
The beauty,
in
I
the
can
morning.
imagine, gets sucked out when you're doing
Yeah.
it every day to
Or it
work. You're doing it at
snows.
night.
Exactly.
Snow.
So yeah,
Oh.
no, I think it's great that we have
Yeah.
more opportunities to retain
People.
more,
And-
more of our talent that lives
Yeah.
in Montrose and keep them here.
And you guys have done some other things to support the local community. On your move-in day, you guys utilize some of our strong, healthy young backs.
Yes.
Oh man, this was
I'm
fun.
glad you brought this up.
This was
Yes.
And I think, needless to say, should you take some credit for them just whooping on people lately,
These
because
guys are-
you put them to work.
So
The
we've heard
Montrose High
they're
School
on
football
fire.
team, those guys are a bunch of savages.
Yeah.
The Montrose
moved-
football team.
They moved in every piece of furniture you see at the Rathbone,
Really,
and they whip ass on Friday nights.
that's great.
They were taking mattresses up like it was
Like,
nothing. I mean,
one
they
dude just
were.
had like a mattress on his
Yeah.
back. Like,
It was awesome. And I think afterwards, Clay went and brought them something and to thank them. And it was it's adorable.
Yeah.
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 That was pretty cool. I was impressed that you guys thought ahead enough
Yeah.
to be like, okay, we can hire a moving company,
Or
we can do this really cool thing.
So shout out to the coach. Name is slipping me.
Uh-oh.
I apologize for that. But the coach, he does
Just call
this
him
for,
coach.
does
Yeah.
this for other businesses.
Yeah.
Like he has and he raises money for the football team doing it. It's absolutely a great thing. If any other business
Right.
has a need for bodies, for
they work hard.
they work hard. I could not recommend it more. They showed up on. They were actually early because I remember how stressed I was when I saw these dudes, like 30 of them walking in 12 minutes early. I was like, we are not ready for this. We are not ready for this.
They're like, what do we do? And it was
They
like,
were
oh
they
no.
were on time. They
Yeah.
worked the whole time. It was it was some of the best money we spent. So
Okay, so
Great
guys are
attitudes too.
you've been open for
100 in like 10 days.
Yeah.
okay, 3
Just
4
past
months
the 100
or
day
3
mark.
months, right? Okay, and
Going great.
yeah,
Staffing is
I mean, you're
always the
winning
challenge.
awards, at
Winning
the bar.
awards.
Yeah.
We just won best hotel, the best hotel in the Valley Awards.
Yes.
Don't worry about naming that other publication.
I
Not
got a little
interested.
awkward because I
but what
realized that was probably
I'm just
some
kidding. It's
competing
the
interests.
no, it's
And
the Montrose Daily Press.
But
have
until-
their
Yeah.
annual awards.
Until West of 105 does, best hotel in the West.
But what I want to know about is the award that you are going to win.
That's what I was going to say. History Colorado. People Choice Award.
Right.
For the, I'll let
Super
you speak on it.
exciting. So we got nominated for History of Colorado's People Choice Award, which celebrates the best historic preservation projects across the state every year. So technically, the grouping we're grouped in with, the year we're grouped in with, is when our it's the following year. So we're in the 2025 for the People's Choice Award because it's the trailing year after your project finishes. So that we're on an even playing field with people who finish from January to December.
And who votes on that?
Right, I was going to say. Well,
It's all public
Everyone.
voting.
So
Yeah,
how do we
it's open to the public.
how do we go?
Closes
Yep.
tomorrow.
We got 2 more days.
All right, we can-
Yeah, we can
You
do
heard
it.
it here.
can
We're
we
gonna post
manipulate
it.
this vote somehow?
We're gonna post it on the Rathbone Instagram tonight.
Again, yes.
Boss Lady's gonna do it over here.
Yes.
We're gonna make sure a link is live for everybody to vote.
How many?
No, we have 2 more days. Great news. Closes the 20th.
2 more days. How many other
They
participants
selected
are there?
5 projects.
And let me guess,
fine.
are the
Across
other
the
4
state.
on the front range?
Of course.
Yes. There's a Trinidad one.
All right.
No, Trinidad won last year, which is cool because the only basically rural project won last year.
Yeah.
This is such a great opportunity for me to stop and pause for a second. If we were streaming this, we would be able to influence the vote.
You know what? When we can influence the vote. When we stop this, we'll stream something for a few minutes. We'll do a live stream for 5 minutes. And we'll
that's a good point.
Say, get excited for this. Vote now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We will do that. We can stop
And it closes. We have 48 hours.
Right.
Okay.
48 hours. We're gonna win.
Fine. By the time you listen or watch this episode, they'll have won. So
Yes.
So I said it once, and
So I'll
these
say it
awards are
again.
great.
Yeah,
So
that's where
I'll
that was
say it
going.
again. Montrose is a world-class destination.
It is.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Do you know the great thing about saying that? Some people are going to be like, "That's amazing, you're correct." Other people will be like, "Don't tell people about our town."
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm like, yeah, you know,
And
it's
there's
too bad.
world-class destinations that nobody knows about.
Yeah,
I mean, like where we did our honeymoon in Laos.
yeah,
Very few people know about even the country Laos, right?
Yep.
Much less the tiny town we were in and the resort we went to. So
yeah.
that goes either way, but it's a world-class destination, and the Rathbone's trying to provide 17 great rooms for people to see that.
And I love it, and I don't care.
So
I don't care when people say that.
I'm gonna-
I love
I
it.
don't either.
I'm an immigrant.
It's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
and we all are.
Yeah, pretty
Right?
much.
Not going to get
It's
into
some-
that, but we all are.
That's a different part.
This is the wrong time to
Yeah,
start that
sorry.
conversation. But
We all are.
no. Yeah.
No, but what I don't like is people who are like, I've been here 5 years, 8 years, 10, 20. Like, everyone comes here and goes, I like it the way it is. I want to pull the ladder up and not let anybody else come. No, come.
Come.
And that's
yes.
where,
People,
and I can
bring
never,
your
and I
skills
can
and
never
bring
never,
ideas and
yeah.
bring
Right.
passion and get excited about
Yeah.
the city and get excited about making it
Yeah.
a place that people are proud to live in. And,
and
you know,
especially downtown. If you're doing something downtown, you're doing something with a historic building that needed a new life, that needed a new purpose.
Yeah. And if you don't like this part of the conversation, share it with other people that don't like it. Because every time you click like, comment, we get credit anyway. So,
It's all about reach.
Every time you share the stupid things that Dennis and Rob say.
I hate those people. Good. We might actually make money off your hate.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
All right. No inciting riots at this point in time, Rob. There's no reason for it.
It's
give
early.
the man a couple
I was
drinks.
about to say, give him
I love
a
it.
delicious
Early, and
apple
you just
cider
found out
mark.
about your VIP status, so
know.
you might
Yeah,
really
now
set
he's
the
getting a
fucking
big
town
head.
on
I'm
fire.
camping out of the Rathbone.
Okay, first of all,
This
you're
guy's-
absolutely right.
guy's gonna
He
go
won't be able to
crazy.
make it out of the studio now
Yeah,
because his
yeah.
head.
Yeah,
mean,
like
I'm
it.
a Rathbone
like-
VIP.
Yeah. But the
Where's-
deal is,
where's
you
our-
Can
guys.
you name the Aperol
Where's our-
Spritz after
no,
you?
Where's our black card or whatever? We need something, right?
Yeah.
VIPs don't just get told off the cuff, oh, you're a VIP. No,
Slip the card.
A lanyard,
Yeah.
a
A lanyard.
badge.
That's
Look,
loud, yeah.
Just a little tight, something
Oh,
really
there you go.
subtle. I could just walk
So
in and
this
go.
is
Subtle
this is a
badge.
strange segue. I thought you said black car. We did just do a little collaboration. We
Oh,
should tell
really?
everybody
Oh, this
about.
is a
we
good-
did.
yeah.
We just worked on it. You just picked up Ellie at the
Oh,
at the airport.
that is
Yeah.
true.
So the Rathbone is going to start really pushing
Uh-huh.
rental cars,
Okay.
as you all know.
Right.
rental cars from who? What
Yeah, where-
kind
where
of
should
cars
you
are
get a rental
talking
car?
about?
Flower Subaru.
Oh, Subarus. I hear they're great cars.
They are great cars.
Yeah.
So we got a bunch of content coming out soon on Instagram that's going to be highlighting that partnership and everything we want to do to get our guests and everybody else.
In
That's awesome.
brand-
Did she have a good time?
She did.
Yeah.
Okay,
Love
cool.
the car.
Did she enjoy
Thank
the
you.
car?
Yes.
Cool. All right, great.
So for a little bit of context, we had a marketing shoot recently, and I reached out to these two gentlemen because we've talked about having a link or something like that where our guests can rent cars, do things like that, something that we can push out. And so I wanted to get some content and really be able to showcase the cars and what we can do and
Right, as well
what
as the
it-
region and
what
the
it looks like
Rathbone.
when you're down in your Ray.
Right.
You spend the night at the Rathbone on a Saturday, and you're down in your Ray eating your breakfast burrito and having a coffee on a Sunday in your Subaru hitting the hot springs. Like that's what we want to do.
And this, the key.
That's a sick
That
feeling.
sounds
The key
wonderful.
Sounds
Yeah.
What's
wonderful.
really
Sounds
important about
perfect.
this is that Montrose is incredible, but we're very lucky to be surrounded by other amazing places.
Totally.
We don't
Sure.
exist in a
A
vacuum.
launching point.
You know, we have beautiful places nearby. You should come and stay here and stay at the Rathbone and drink at Storm King and drink at Pomona. But you should go.
Yes.
You go
20
on the
minutes,
Via Ferrata
30
in
minutes.
Uray. You go skiing in Telluride. Do it all. And do it in a Subaru.
Yeah.
Do it in a flower Subaru. Totally agree with that. I mean,
Shameless.
the radius around this place,
Yeah.
2 hour radius, hour and a half radius,
Right.
whatever you want to call it, it's the best,
It's the
one
whole,
of or the best in the country.
It's the Visit Montrose mantra, right?
Yeah.
It's stay
Absolutely.
here,
Stay here,
play,
play
everywhere.
everywhere.
But
I wish
definitely
they'd
stay here.
Stay
Yeah.
and play here a little
Definitely
more.
stay. Yeah, well,
Stay
and
at the
that's
Cool
Rathbone.
stuff.
We're giving people more opportunities to do that,
We are.
to stay here, to eat and drink more here, and explore the public lands
Yeah.
around us. But this region is something special.
All right, we're going to do something we've never done. So,
Okay.
First and foremost, we're going to finish the episode, but then we're going to go live after the show online,
this.
and we're going to talk about this. We've never done it before. You already said we were going to do it, so we're going to do it.
This look
great
on my
idea.
this look on my face is not I don't want to do that. It's I am dying to go to the bathroom.
Oh well,
It's-
you'll get
I
a.
actually am too.
It's a similar look.
I would like to throw out one other thing.
Yeah.
One other. Just
What a great way to end the episode
Yes.
on both of you having to use the facilities.
Yes.
But go ahead.
Yes.
I almost died.
Whatever you
I
do,
almost
don't
died in the middle of the episode. So.
honestly. Whatever you do,
Bathroom is
don't
nothing compared
don't
to me almost
don't think about
croaking
me
over
using
here.
the bathroom. Don't think about that.
Yeah.
Sickos.
I know what you're thinking about.
Don't. So, November,
Yes.
Locals Month.
Uh-huh.
Reach out to us if you want to stay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, get a little
It's kind of night depending.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
can't give out a universal discount, but
call.
you know,
Call somebody.
us local.
Do a
Message.
staycation.
50% off, definite. Like we want this to be the season, you know.
And how do you know they're local? Maybe you have to ask him a trivia question.
So this is an interesting
What
thing.
should the trivia
most
question be?
hotels have the opposite policy. I want to highlight this.
Mm-hmm.
Locals aren't allowed at most hotels for other reasons. But if you present an ID at most hotels in town and it says Montrose, Colorado, they will turn you away.
Oof.
I didn't know that was a thing, really.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't like that.
Yes.
Because they don't want the short-term usage.
Why would you be using it?
Bum, bum,
Dennis?
bum, bum, bum.
Why,
You know.
why would you be using it? You know, so
I got it.
it's
Okay.
unfortunate.
You two people don't have the same surname.
We want to,
Right.
right? November, like use our downtime because we have heard from a lot of people that want to check it out, want to stay with us, want to have that.
Word of mouth is the best type of marketing ever.
So-
So,
Yeah.
having people have
November,
the experience themselves.
You heard
is
it
good.
here, 50% off plus. Call us. We want to be this to be the time when you get in and see it and stay with us. And
Okay.
we understand that the tourist times, July, August, October, they're incredibly busy.
It's
Yeah.
it's a safety thing too, because you need to come and try the apple cider margarita.
Yes.
You need to have
Yeah.
the last
And don't
word.
get in your car and drive
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Just
Bef-
head on upstairs.
Before
Go
you can
upstairs.
recommend any of this stuff to your friends and family from out
Yes.
of town, you have
That's
to try
right.
it yourself.
Yeah.
Try
Yes.
it yourself, review it yourself, wake up and have our breakfast. The last thing I'll say, the only thing that wasn't part of the original plan, we're not going to be open for Sunday dinner. We're going to be open for Sunday brunch.
Okay.
Yes.
Sunday brunch.
Brunch is
Everybody
something
deserves
that's
a break.
sorely
Brunch.
missing from this
Brunch.
time.
Yes. That's what
Brunch.
we've recognized.
When's that? October 29th too? Are you starting it then?
So, I don't know what's the. Do you mind looking up a calendar for us? Let us know when October 29th falls.
Oh, for
Okay,
when
so
the
it'll be-
first
it'll
It's
be
Sunday brunch
retroactive.
is. I see what you're
whatever
saying.
days October 29th is.
You're right.
Okay, so you heard it here first. First Sunday brunch is going to be November 3rd.
There you go.
Okay.
November 3rd.
So-
all right.
So you can have brunch, get drunk, and stay the night
Yes, you can.
as a local.
yes.
And watch the Broncos.
Oh,
Yeah.
and watch the game.
And watch the game. We have 2 TVs. Watch
Yes.
Sunday
We're not
football.
that
Have some
fancy of a
brunch.
cocktail bar. We got
Broncos
Yeah.
on. None
So
of
you're
this.
We're a
saying-
cocktail bar, but we
Right.
like sports.
So you're saying
so-
the next WKRP NFL watch party
Yes.
Should be at,
should
Love
be
it. We'll sponsor it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Why don't we do like a collaboration on that? For
All right.
real.
Well, here's why, and this is I got to end the episode. We've gone long. But we're gonna go live after this, so
All right.
you guys, you're not gonna tune
Rob
in
and I
because you'll
can
see this
finally go to the
afterwards.
bathroom.
You guys can go to the bathroom. You're a deadhead.
Yes.
Yes, big time.
So-
Went to the
Not
sphere.
big time. We're not like, we
Yeah.
didn't see Jerry like
Yeah.
the old heads did. Her dad's a deadhead. I grew up in kind of a bluegrass jam band household, loved the Dead. We just grew up with it. We love it. We just went to the Sphere. That was one of our big recent trips.
Yeah.
It was awesome,
So I feel like the amphitheater, great opportunity.
for sure.
We got to
Yes.
get some really cool,
Agreed.
jam bands to come.
Yes.
Great.
Widespread Panic. Somebody.
Ooh, I like the way you're thinking.
I'm a huge Panic fan.
Uh-huh.
Spread head for
we
sure.
should talk about this off camera
Yeah.
because
We should. We're gonna.
this is
We have
Okay.
some
We're gonna go down a
ideas.
rabbit
We have
hole,
some
but
ideas
I
of
agree.
the amphitheater.
Montrose, that would be one area of focus I would like to see attention
Music.
put towards is more live music, more arts, more things like that. But live music specifically, I think is something we could work on here.
Okay, you heard it here first. More music, brunch, food, new cocktails, new hotel, Great place to be, right in the middle of downtown.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for having me on.
Literally.
Clay, Sally, wish you the best. I'm so
you.
excited for you. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
We
I
really
appreciate
appreciate
it.
Thanks for coming on the show. It's been WKRP. We'll talk to you soon. Make sure that you like and subscribe and text Rob at 970-316-3162. Go to WKRPMontrose.com. Sign up.
He's doing it on purpose now.
Because we might have some watch parties. We might have some cool collaborations. And the only way you're going to find out about it is if you go to WKRPMontrose.com and sign up. All right. You guys have a great night. We'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you.
See you guys.
That was so fun.
That was fun.
If you need to go,